Calling all instructional coaches, curriculum specialists, teachers on special assignment, or whatever they call you. I'm Matthaeus.
And I'm Katie Ritter. As instructional coaches, we are often responsible for our own professional learning and can sometimes feel pretty isolated in our role.
That's why we're here, bridging the gap with a wealth of tips, tricks, and building a community of coaches.
So hit the restart button with us.
Recharge your coaching batteries.
And hopefully you'll leave feeling just a little bit less on your own coaching island.
All right, we want to welcome you back to the Restart Recharge podcast, where we're here to encourage you as coaches and give you some great tech tips. And with that being said, we have Matthaeus here today. He is our AI program coordinator for Forward Edge, and you have seen him before, obviously, here on the podcast as the previous host and producer, and we're so excited to have you today to chat.
I'm back.
Does this feel like an out-of-body experience for you?
It is weird, especially since it's like 3 seats now, and it's a whole different studio, a new room. So it's
I feel like we're going to need to play. Okay, when we're recording this, Taylor just announced her new Life of a Showgirl album this week. Yeah. So I feel like I'm making a lot of Taylor references today, but I feel like we're going to need to play that like we are never, ever, ever.
Yeah. We can add that to the sound pad.
Matthaeus can't break up with us on this podcast. He's back.
I'm still coming back. You can't get me fully out. You can't keep me out.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we're excited to bring you this new short episode today, something we're trying out. And so, Matthaeus, we wanted to have you back as our first guest for this kind of new idea here. And before we dive in, really quickly, though, since our podcast listeners, longtime listeners, know you as previous podcast host, and you've been on talking about some AI before, and we kind of made the announcement when we brought Celine on as our awesome new co-host now, that you were going to focus more on AI, but tell the people, what are you doing now? What does that mean? What are you doing in your role?
Well, so first of all, I want to say, ever since leaving the podcast, Celine has been doing such a fantastic job. It's been so much fun to listen to you, and it's been just kind of awesome to like hear this progression. That's really great. So yeah, ever since leaving the podcast, I've been really focusing on the AI trainings that I've been doing a lot more, and we've been offering a wider selection of different programs and sessions that we're offering. So primarily, I've been working on our own cohort program. So we designed this wonderful program where you actually spend the whole school year with me, and we are doing training sessions. We're diving deep into the AI, the technology behind it. We dive into use cases, applications. We even write full-on policies and guidances for teachers and their district. So that's a big project I've been running and I've been pretty busy with. And then the other thing is we're a Google PD partner, and so we've been really lucky and blessed to be giving PD sessions on behalf of Google. And so we've been running the Gemini Academy, which is also a huge success so far. Super cool sessions, learning about all things that teachers could use Gemini for and save time and get more stuff done. Super cool.
Yeah, with tools they're already using, right? And then also just supporting our coaching team with understanding AI for all of us to be able to support our school districts that we serve as coaches and lead just a lot of one-off trainings as well too under that AI umbrella. So, and also been supporting our organization here at Forward Edge too, with understanding and implementing AI more and more. So couldn't do it without Matthaeus here for sure. And just if you're interested in any of the programs, shameless plug right here. If you're interested in any of the programs that Matthaeus just mentioned, you can go to forward-edge.net/AI-training. So we'll also put it in the show notes, but
indeed,
it's up there.
Yeah, check it out. There's also all kinds of different ways, and we personalize it. We make it specific to your district, and we make it so that it doesn't feel like it's another thing on your plate, but rather it's the tool that allows you to get stuff checked off and off your plate and get more stuff done.
Yeah, we have sessions that support specifically coaches using AI too, not just how coaches help teachers use it. That was something I've been seeing a lot lately is coaches are learning how teachers can use AI, which obviously they want to go back and show the teachers how they can use it, but they're kind of skipping over the step of how they can take advantage of these amazing tools and the productivity and to make their coaching work even deeper and have a bigger impact. So we've got sessions that focus on that too. But okay, enough on shameless plugging. We'll toss it to you, Celine.
Yeah, so thinking on that, we are actually going to do a little bit something different. So typically on the podcast, We invite people to verbally tell us how to make an impact with skills and resources for our coaching. And we would love to do something special this episode in allowing you to get some tips and tricks and how a tech tool might be integrated in your everyday coaching practices. So we are going to call this the Lunchbox Experience. And we have Matthaeus. He's going to give us a couple tips, and you're going to see on your screen how that works out in real time. So we would love to hear.
Celine, quick question.
Okay.
If somebody listens, like I listen to everything on Apple Podcast, as longtime listeners will know, or more like in touch with the times, may like listen on Spotify.
Of course.
So if someone's listening to the audio, where would they want to go to be able to watch this tech tip live?
Immaculate question. Thank you for adding that in. So we have the Restart Recharge Podcast YouTube channel. So this is where you're going to go to watch this live, but you'll get the full explanation here with Matthaeus, and we'll have some additional information for you to see how that works for yourself on the side.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you want to watch, hop on over to YouTube.
I'm not envying Ben, because if we're going to do something else in the screen, that means one of you is going to get cut out.
Cut me off, Ben. I volunteer as tribute.
Just put
Ben, you heard it here.
Matthaeus in the middle of it all.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. So, okay. So a couple of things that I've learned that made my life as a coach a lot easier, and that helped me using AI, just getting organized and getting stuff on, where I needed to be in the right place. My mise en place for my coaching setup.
Your what?
My mise en place.
Is that German?
It's French. Sorry. I regret
Don't
saying.
apologize. Culture me.
Mise en place is when you cook, you set up your workstation first.
Oh, okay,
Right?
yeah,
You got to
I feel
get
that.
all of that ready, cut up.
And mise en
things.
place too.
Yeah. So my preparations.
You said miso soup, so I was like, okay.
It could
Love
be
that too.
part of
That
that
might
process. So one of the big things, first of all, is, Notebook LM is obviously one of the best choices as a tool, mostly because when you think of Notebook LM, it's different from Gemini, specifically because if you upload a document into Gemini directly and you ask it questions about it, it will look it up. It'll find the answer for you. But the problem is that it knows a lot of other stuff too, like it has learned other pieces of information. It has access to the internet. So when you ask it a question, it gets this little instruction that says, you are a helpful AI bot. And so it's going to try really hard to find the answer. And if it doesn't like what it finds, it's going to make stuff up. But sometimes you want answers directly about your documents, just referencing what's in them. And I'm thinking as a coach, this could be your district documents, your policies. This could be schedules, event calendars, anything that you might need for your site, for your school that you're working with. Even maybe notebooks about your teachers. You can load all of that into a notebook, and that's simply a collection of files, and it can answer questions for you. It can create mind maps, and obviously it can also create audio overviews. That's like the big thing if you haven't heard about it. Super
Quick
creepy.
cue.
Yeah.
So could it be like if I take notes on like my coaching cycles or meetings with teachers in a Google Doc, I could add all of those individual Google Docs to then be able to ask questions. Is that what you mean by like notes
absolutely.
about your teachers?
Yeah, imagine like if you have coaching cycles going on and you maybe have one notebook dedicated to one of those cycles, one of your teachers. You put all of the documents that you're working on in there together. You're putting maybe your meeting transcripts in there too. And so before you go maybe to the next meeting and you're nervous, like what did we work on? What did we do again? You can just go to Notebook LM and have it summarize quickly what was the last thing you've done or what did we decide on. And you quickly get your answer. And I like the fact that it also gives you little numbers and references telling you whether or not or where it found the answer in your documents originally. So super helpful, great way to stay organized and get quick answers about your stuff fast.
Love that. I literally last night being when we recorded this, just made my stepson sign up. He's going to college. He starts next week. And I made him sign up because Gemini is free for university students for a year. So I made him sign up specifically for Notebook LM. And I showed it to him like, you got to sign up for this.
Yeah.
You need this. What a good study tool, but also amazing resource for coaches too.
Check out if the promotion's still going because students were still able to get a year of full Gemini Pro. Like that was really neat. But even on the free version, you still get 50 sources to upload and all kinds of things you can do with it too.
And free being this access if they have an education domain account, right?
Yeah.
So your school email account. Yeah.
Absolutely. My other thing, and this actually so Notebook LM is the thing that I think everybody should know about. Like this is a big, big deal to me. The other one is it's a tip where if you listen to it the first time, when you hear it the first time, you're going to think I'm crazy. But I promise you, it has been one of the most helpful things. Oh, I'm the friendly neighborhood AI guy, and I am a little little nerdy and throw out some cool ideas. So if you have the Gemini app on your phone, I've been working on this project. Actually, it was one of the big projects that I've been working with the cohorts on. And I wanted to build myself a little bit of a gem, or maybe have a conversation with the AI about it, with Gemini on it. But I had to explain so much context, and I don't want to sit down. I don't got the time to sit down and type all this stuff and really think of all the pieces that I need to put into really give it good context to understand what I'm working on. So instead, I grabbed my phone, and you can click on the live option on the bottom right of your screen, and it'll make this a live conversation with Gemini back and forth. It picks up when you speak and starts speaking when you stop speaking. It's really natural and intuitive. It sounds really, really cool. But then I told it to interview me about this project, told it to make sure that it hit at least 90% of the program. I wanted to understand 90% of this project that I'm working on and interview me.
Mind blown. Love that.
So I put this thing in my car. I started driving home and essentially had a little mini podcast episode where I was interviewed. And as I was answering all the questions, it kept all those pieces together. And when I got home, the entire project was explained. Everything that it needed to know was in there, and it was ready to go and help me build, create. It understood the exact context of what I was working on. Yeah. That is probably my favorite. But yes, it is kind of crazy. You sit in the car and you're talking to the AI while you're driving and weaving through traffic, but it works great.
Okay, my mind's blown. Okay, stay on script, Katie. Okay. Okay, so those are amazing little quick tips. And as Celine and I said at the beginning, we're trying something new. We want to bring you some engaging quick tips, short little episodes here that you can walk away and implement right away to add to your coaching skill set. And so, as Celine mentioned, we're calling it the Lunchbox episode. So why'd we go with lunchbox? Well, for most of us, hopefully on most days, lunch is an opportunity for us to step away from the day, to take a break, to just kind of have a mental reset for ourselves, whether you have lunch by yourself or with some colleagues, enjoy some good laughs. And so we wanted an opportunity for this podcast to bring you coaches an opportunity to take a break and just take a breath and relax within the context of your day. So we hope that it's a fun way to pause and also learn something that will excite you and help you along your day-to-day with your coaching too, once you go back and implement it. So pivoting from some of our amazing tech tips here, Celine, what's something that you think coaches could always have in their take a pause lunchbox?
So we're going to tease this because we're going to talk about what's in our coaching bag at one point on this podcast. But for me, it's always about cleanliness and keeping your space clean. I even bring sanitizing wipes to my lunch routine to keep it good. But what I always have with me is some sort of cleaning material. And so I have to bring in my vacuum to play. This is a portable vacuum. It turns on. I don't know if we can hear that over the mic. You can essentially clean your area.
I feel like you got to get it close to the camera.
Yeah.
I feel like cleanliness.
This is not a sponsored post.
It's not sponsored.
With the
I feel like cleanliness has always been important to me in my coaching aspect, keeping my space clean, keeping my mind clear of things, decluttering in general. And I feel like because we have so many things that we're doing on a daily basis, any form of cleanliness. So for that, this portable vacuum provides that for me. So yeah, I'd be interested to know yours, Katie. I know that's a physical.
Where could someone get this portable vacuum if they want one?
So I retrieved this from, was it?
They're not a sponsor, but we're happy to be sponsored.
Five Below.
Five Below.
I said Below 5.
Below 5. Probably, yeah.
Five Below has these. $5.
I have to say, I wasn't sure why you brought it in here at first, but now that makes sense. Also, you've converted me. I have one of these at my desk.
Yeah, most of us have one now.
Yeah.
You never know. Make a mess, clean it up.
Yeah, it's truly helpful.
Very nice.
There's just something about having your desk cleaned up after a long day, and you're just like, Feels good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Love that. Okay, in my lunchbox, to maintain some sanity here, I will frequently schedule out on my calendar focus time, which is just dedicated work time for myself for whatever I need to get to. I'm sure a lot of coaches can relate. I know I feel like I'm running from meeting to meeting, sometimes all day long, and it feels like there's very little time carved out if I'm not really intentional about making sure that happens to actually get my work done that I need to get done. So throughout the week, I have times blocked off on my calendar. Now they can be flexible, right? If a meeting comes up or an emergency, I can flex it and move it. But really intentionally carving that out ahead of time, maybe a month at a time, because time can get away from you so quickly. And the next thing you know, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, taking care of everybody else and their needs, and you're not getting your own stuff done. So I always block off at least an hour at a time, sometimes 2 hours at a time, just depending on what's on my plate and what I have to accomplish.
Dear listener, I want you to know that I have frequently violated that particular focus time for Katie multiple times, and I have been the emergency. I have been the pop-up meeting many a times.
And I love this is all happening in Google Calendar, correct? So people can know, like,
Yeah.
you can actually physically add this into your calendar, which I love because other people can see that. So we can all see,
Yeah,
people
your
are
gal
working.
needs a minute
Yeah.
to work.
So
Need
give
some
yourself
space.
that time. Put that in your calendar for yourself, even if you're not able to use it. But taking care of yourself and giving yourself that lunch break is so important. Yeah. So we're just super excited. Thank you all so much for joining us. And just to close this out, what is your current big task? I call him Matthaeus, guys. I'm going to add that in right now.
So glad you brought that.
Matthaeus, what is your big accomplishing task that you're trying to complete right now? What are some ways that you're doing that, pushing through?
My big project right now actually is, I mentioned Gemini Academy earlier, and this is something we've already been providing for K-12 schools, but we have now been asked to also have the Gemini Academy be an option for higher education institutions. And so I've been diligently working on updating the content, making sure that it is appropriate for university professors and getting us ready for that. So our team is going to be on the road in all kinds of universities soon. So really excited about that little project.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for joining today's Lunchbox with Tech episode, and we will look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Restart Recharge.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for spending time with us today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with an educator friend.
And connect with us on social media at RRCoachCast to let us know what you thought of the episode and what topics you want us to discuss next.
New episodes drop every other Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe to Restart Recharge wherever you listen to podcasts.
So press the restart button,
Recharge your coaching batteries, and leave feeling equipped and inspired to coach fearlessly with the Restart Recharge podcast.
a Tech Coach Collective.